Hi, welcome to Mentoring Moments with Pastor Paul. In this video, we're going to talk about mentoring the foundation of life. You know, in my travels, I have been to tall buildings. In fact, the one in Dubai is one of my favorite places, Burj Khalifa. It's a very tall building. And these are super impressive structures. When you look at them, it's massive. They are superstructure. People travel from all over the world to come and climb up and go to the top and to be able to see the whole world from that space. It's amazing, superstructure. You know, one of the things when you look at the building such as Burj Khalifa or any tall building for that matter, there are three things at play. One is, it's a superstructure. It is quite impressive on the outside and people get impressed by the external. Secondly, there are structures. Structures are the ones that are invisibly holding this building together. And these are the beams, the iron bars that are behind the scenes, holding, giving shape to this superstructure. So that's a structure. But then there is something else at play, below the ground, where eyes can't see. And this is the substructure. Substructure is the foundation of any building. Now, the higher a building rises, it has to go below. It has to be deeper. The foundation has to go even further, deep into the ground. Now, we understand this in a tall building. Same goes for our life. People's lives are these three things. There are superstructures of life, the accomplishments of people. Whenever you meet someone for the first time, they want you to know them. How would they let you know them? How would they share about themselves? They share their superstructures. They share their accomplishments. All these things are to impress one another. Superstructures. So when you look at a person, you look at the superstructures. But you got to understand, there are so many people who build a lot of wealth, lot of success in the eyes of the world, but their marriage is in crisis. Their health is in crisis. Reason is because these are structures that they have not paid attention to. So I want you to pay attention to this. Superstructures are the accomplishments. Structures are things that's holding your life together. Time with God, time with your loved ones, time in managing your finances effectively. All these things are structures that a person needs to put in place. Sometimes when there is no structure in place, the building will collapse when a crisis hits. But there is something more fundamental than even a structure. That is the substructure. The substructure is the foundation of a human heart, foundation for life. This substructure is often neglected. Why? Because people don't pay attention to it. It's often not visible. What is in the substructure is who you really are. It's your character before God, who you are and what you do when you're alone and no one is watching. That's who you are. That's your substructure. So that's what we say in our church, that we live in three worlds. We live in a public world, we live in a private world, and we live in an inner world. Public world is what people see. Maybe you're on stage. Maybe you are among your friends. That's what people see. That's the image you want people to catch about you. Private world is what your loved ones will see at home. And there are a lot of differences between what people are at in public and what people are at in private. But then there is one place where even your loved ones won't know what is going on. That is in your inner world. The inner world needs to be guarded. The inner world needs to be tutored. The inner world needs to become authentic before God so that you become real before God. From that inner world, you love God passionately and you love people passionately. That inner world is what we are talking about when we talk about the substructures. So when we are focusing on, when we come together and we focus, what do we focus in our mentoring? We focus on building the substructures in people's lives. That is to pay attention to their inner world. Now this is important because your whole building rests upon this substructure. So pay attention to it. God bless you.